How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson, and today I've got 3 fun and easy riffs for you from the Police. So right now Guitar Control is giving away this really cool free chord chart. There's a link down in the description where you can download yours and print it off. It has every chord you could ever need all neatly compiled into one sheet. So you could put a copy where you practice, slip a copy into your gig bag, just so any situation you're in, you can have any chord you need at a glance, and it's a free download. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is the riff from Do-Do-Do. So, I'm going to start off here. 2nd fret of the D string with your 1st finger, and the 3rd fret of the 4th fret of the G string with your 3rd finger, and then the 3rd fret of the B string with your 2nd finger. So you're going to be playing this with the open A string. So this is 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3. So the 1 on the and of 2 is tied to the downbeat of 3. And then we're going to switch. We're just going to take our 2nd and 3rd finger off, so our 1st finger is just barring the 2nd fret of the G and the B string. And we hit that on the and of 3, and it's a dotted quarter note, so it takes up all of beat 4 as well. So that's our first 2 measures. All right, and then on the 3rd measure, we've got a chord here that's, if you're a beginner, it could be somewhat awkward. So low E string is open, and I'm on the 2nd fret of the A string, but you want to use your 2nd finger here. And then we're going to be on the 4th fret of the D string, and I use my 4th finger. Now the reason we want to do this and not this is because we also need to put our 1st finger down onto the 1st fret of the G string. So when we grab this chord, it's that same timing. So that's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then the 4th measure starts off the same way, where we hit the lower end of that chord. 1 and 2 and 3, and then we're going to go to a regular D and 4. So we hit it on the and of 3, and then we hit it again for all of beat 4. And then it would just simply repeat. All right, and then the next one we're going to look at is a riff from Synchronicity 2. So this is kind of a weird one, just if you're just playing it, by yourself, because there's so much other stuff that's going on. But the timing on this is a little unusual, so this can be actually kind of a good exercise for putting in rests and coming in on, not playing always like on the downbeat, coming in on the and stuff like that. So that's kind of challenging a lot of times for beginners, so this is kind of a good riff for that, and it's kind of cool sounding when you play it along with the track. Alright, so we're going to come up and we're going to take our 1st finger, we're going to bar the 9th fret of the D and the G string, and then we're going to take our middle finger and put it onto the 10th fret of the B string, and then our pinky onto the 12th fret of the B string. Now, when we hit this, we're going to strum the D, G, and B strings. All right, so the timing is kind of weird. So we start with a rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that's tied to the downbeat of 1 of the next measure. And then, so we do the pull off on the and of 1. So it's like, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. So we have the first ones where we have the rests in between on that 1st measure, and then on the 2nd measure, there are no rests, and then it just repeats. So it does that like a whole bunch of times. And then on the very, after it does it a bunch of times, it has this other little part that I'm going to show you that kind of makes it resolve. So on the last time, we do the Then we're going to go to the 12th fret, and this is kind of an awkward change, but I just do it this way. I just come with my third finger, and I grab the 12th fret of the D string, and we're hitting this and 2, and then we go to the 12th fret of the A string, and 3, 4. So it's a half note. All right, and then the last one we're going to look at is the riff from Don't Stand So Close to Me. So this is the original version of this song back in the 80s, like late 80s somewhere. They did like a remix of this song, and I like the new version of it as well, but this is the one that I really like. This was like probably the very first Police song that I can recall ever hearing. So it's made up of just these dyad shapes that I've done lessons on before in the past, if you're interested in checking those out. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go onto the 5th fret of the D string with my third finger, and the 3rd fret of the G string with my first finger. And this, we rest on beat 1. So 1, and then starting on the downbeat of 2, we're going to play this, and it's 8th notes. So 2 and then we're going to move down to the next position. So now we're going to scoot down and be on the 3rd fret of the D string and the 2nd fret of the G string. So this is like a minor shape, and then this is a major shape. So 1, 2, and 3, and then first finger to the 1st fret of the D string, and the G string is open. And this is 4 and. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So it does 2 measures of that. And then starting on the 3rd measure, we're going to do the same thing. The only thing that's going to be different is the last chord. Instead of being this 1st fret of the D string and the G string open, it's going to be the 3rd fret of the A string and the D string. So how I do that, and then I just use my 2nd finger just to bar the A and the D string. If you wanted, you could do that, move your fingers up so it's like you're playing an E major chord, but just up a half step. Alright, so there you have it. 3 fun, not too terribly difficult riffs to play by the Police. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.